Life is a dance. It's a symphony of cycles and rhythms. Just like the planets orbit the sun, our bodies have their own internal clocks. These clocks govern our energy, emotions, and even our thoughts. This is the essence of biorhythms. Biorhythms are natural cycles that influence our physical, emotional, and intellectual states. They are like invisible waves, rising and falling, shaping our experiences. Understanding these rhythms can unlock a deeper understanding of ourselves. Imagine a surfer riding a wave. Timing is everything. Catch the wave too early or too late and you miss the ride. Biorhythms are similar. By understanding our own unique rhythms, we can learn to ride the waves of life with greater skill and awareness. We are all connected to the rhythms of the universe, the ebb and flow of the tides, the cycles of the moon, the rotation of the earth. These natural phenomena influence us in profound ways. Biorhythms remind us that we are part of something larger than ourselves. The physical cycle is all about our body's raw energy. This cycle lasts for 23 days. During the first half of the cycle, we experience a natural upswing in physical vitality. We feel strong, energetic, and ready to take on the world. This is the time to push ourselves physically, tackle challenging tasks, and embrace an active lifestyle. Our bodies are primed for action. As the cycle progresses, our energy levels gradually decline. We may feel more tired and require more rest. This is a natural part of the cycle. It's a time to listen to our bodies and prioritize rest and recovery. Pushing ourselves too hard during this phase can lead to burnout and exhaustion. Understanding our physical cycle allows us to optimize our energy levels. We can schedule demanding activities for our peak times and allow for rest and rejuvenation during our lower points. Our emotions are like the ocean, constantly ebbing and flowing. The emotional cycle, spanning 28 days, mirrors these natural fluctuations. It influences our moods, sensitivity, and overall emotional well-being. During the first half of the cycle, we tend to experience heightened emotions. We may feel more optimistic, sociable, and outgoing. Our relationships may feel more harmonious, and we are more likely to connect with others. As the cycle progresses, we may become more introspective and sensitive. This is a time for self-reflection, nurturing our inner world, and engaging in activities that bring us emotional nourishment. Just as we wouldn't expect the ocean to be calm all the time, we shouldn't expect our emotions to remain constant. By understanding our emotional cycle, we can navigate the ups and downs with greater self-awareness and compassion. The intellectual cycle, lasting 33 days, governs our mental acuity, focus, and cognitive abilities. It's the cycle of learning, problem-solving, and creative expression. During the first half of this cycle, our minds are sharp and alert. We are able to process information quickly, think critically, and come up with innovative ideas. This is an ideal time for studying, writing, engaging in strategic planning, or tackling complex projects. As the cycle progresses, our mental energy naturally declines. We may find it more challenging to concentrate, and our thinking may become less clear. This is a time to revisit and refine existing ideas rather than starting new projects. By understanding our intellectual cycle, we can optimize our study habits, work schedules, and creative pursuits. We can capitalize on our mental peaks and allow for rest and rejuvenation during our mental valleys. Section 5. Biorhythms in action, real-life examples. Imagine a student preparing for a major exam. If they understand their intellectual cycle, they can schedule their study sessions during their mental peaks, when their focus and comprehension are at their highest. An athlete might use their physical cycle to plan their training regimen, pushing themselves harder during their high-energy phases and allowing for more rest and recovery during their lower points. A writer could leverage their emotional cycle to tap into different emotional states, perhaps channeling feelings of joy and inspiration during the first half of the cycle and exploring themes of introspection and reflection during the second half. These are just a few examples of how understanding biorhythms can provide valuable insights into our daily lives. Section 6. The science behind the cycles. Fact or fiction? The concept of biorhythms has been around for centuries with roots in ancient civilizations. However, the modern interpretation of biorhythms emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. While the idea of natural cycles influencing human behavior is widely accepted, the scientific evidence supporting biorhythms as a precise predictive tool is limited. Some studies have shown correlations between biorhythms and certain physiological and psychological phenomena, but more research is needed. Critics argue that biorhythms are overly simplistic and that human behavior is far too complex to be predicted by 3 fixed cycles. They point to the lack of a biological mechanism to explain how these cycles might work. Despite the controversy, many people find value in tracking their biorhythms and using them as a framework for self-understanding. Section 7. Biorhythms and relationships, understanding ourselves and others. Biorhythms can also provide insights into our relationships with others. By understanding our own cycles and those of our loved ones, we can develop greater empathy and compassion. For example, if we know that our partner is in a low point of their emotional cycle, we can be more understanding and patient if they are feeling more sensitive or withdrawn. Similarly, if we are aware that a colleague is at their intellectual peak, we might choose that time to brainstorm ideas or collaborate on a challenging project. By recognizing that everyone experiences these natural fluctuations, we can navigate our interactions with greater sensitivity and harmony. Section 8. Biorhythms and performance maximizing potential. From athletes to artists to entrepreneurs, many high performers have attributed their success in part to their understanding and utilization of biorhythms. By aligning their activities with their natural cycles, they are able to maximize their energy, focus, and creativity. Athletes might use their physical cycle to optimize their training schedules, while musicians might leverage their emotional cycle to tap into different creative states. The key is to identify our own unique rhythms and adjust our approach accordingly. Section 9. Biorhythms and health tuning into your body's signals. Biorhythms can also provide valuable insights into our overall health and well-being. By paying attention to our cycles, we can learn to recognize our body's natural signals and make adjustments to support our health. For example, if we notice a pattern of increased susceptibility to illness during certain phases of our physical cycle, we can take extra precautions to boost our immune system during those times. Similarly, if we are aware that our emotional cycle influences our sleep patterns, we can prioritize sleep hygiene during the phases when we are more prone to insomnia. Section 10. Charting your course. Tools for tracking biorhythms. There are various tools available to help you track your biorhythms. Online calculators and mobile apps can generate personalized biorhythm charts based on your birth date. These charts typically display the 3 cycles, physical, emotional, and intellectual, as sine waves, with each day marked on the horizontal axis and the cycle intensity on the vertical axis. By referring to your biorhythm chart, you can gain a visual representation of your current state in each cycle. Section 11. Living in sync. Embracing the rhythm of life. Biorhythms are not meant to be a rigid set of rules, but rather a framework for self-understanding. By becoming more aware of our natural cycles, we can make choices that support our physical, emotional, and intellectual well-being. Life is a dance, and like any good dancer, we can learn to move with the rhythm. By embracing our biorhythms, we can unlock a deeper connection to ourselves and navigate the world with greater awareness and harmony. Start paying attention to your own rhythms. Notice the ebb and flow of your energy, emotions, and thoughts. Embrace the cycles and use them to your advantage.